Good morning. I have the tiniest capacity to share a little bit. I really want to talk on the topic of creation care this morning, but I can't. And I think for anybody who's been able to chat with me before, have heard me speak at Oak Life before, you know that I really give a crap. And I just wanted to share just a few thoughts that are probably going to be disjointed, and I'm hoping that you'll let me share. I'm so tired, sorry. I guess like the overall idea of creation care is that God created the entire earth and everything on it. God is in the entire earth and everything on it. And it is vital that we actually care about that and that our lives and our choices reflect that. And so, you know, what we choose to eat basically is probably one of the biggest choices we can make that reflects our value for the earth. Sorry, everybody. Large scale meat is like one of the largest contributors to global warming and climate change, and who we choose to support politically. Yeah, I'm a Bernie bro, and we need to make sure that we vote for people who take climate change seriously and will make choices that are good for the environment, including endangered species protections, including water protections, including air protections, including people protections. And we need to make choices with how we spend our time. You know, our creek cleanups that we do a couple times a year at Oak Life is something small, but I can tell you, in my community, it makes a big difference in making that stretch of creek cleaner, but also usable for the community. And I think that overall, my message is that when we show that we care about the environment, it has ripple effects that are pretty important for people too. So things like the meat industry is terrible to the environment, to the animals, but it's also terrible to the people who work in it. And when we choose sustainable practices and things that are good for the environment, it's choosing things that are good for people. And that's really important, obviously, as we also see God in people. And when we work to keep the environment clean, it benefits the communities that live in and around that environment. And when we work to curb, global temperature rising, we work to support communities that are most affected. And at all times, the communities that are most affected are those that are most disaffected, that we have marginalized. And every day we can make choices, and every day we're not going to make the best choices some places. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I have the hardest time with not making the right choice every time, and we're just all doing our best. But I would ask that you would consider looking at some ways that you could practice creation care. And that's not just becoming vegan. That's not just, going to all the cleanups. That's not just voting for Bernie Sanders. That's daily choices in how you interact with people and the world around you. And I wanted to maybe echo Matt's sentiment about being a culture consumer. Perhaps we can also look at this as not being an environmental consumer, but recognizing that we are 100% part of creation. And when we don't try to separate ourselves from creation, we are a little bit better able to do good in the world in that way. So sometimes creation care is taking care of your people, and if that's what we've got, then that's what we've got. And that is so good, and it's so worthy, and sometimes that trumps all other things. Anyway, this may not even ever show up, but Oak Life, I really love you. I'm so thankful to be part of this community. And yep, that's it.